everybody. Welcome back again to our fourth segment in a series of translations of this one passage from Rainer Maria Rilke. And here we are at starting at the top of the page, as you see on the screen. And I'm going to pick up a little bit with a sentence that was broken up from the prior page. But we're planning to go down to let's see, right down to here. Actually, right down to this point right here for today. And then we'll finish the section tomorrow. Okay, so again, CJ's with us, and he's going to be reading out loud, following me, repeating after I read a sentence. And please read along with him to get a sense of the flow of the language and the pronunciation. And then I'll ask him questions and try to imagine in your mind what the answers would be so that you can help us deconstruct the sentences and come up with a nice translation. Okay, so the first part, which you don't see on the screen, is Sie schmiegelten sich fest aneinander, which means they clung tightly to each other. And then going on at the top here, and can you see my mark there,
Yes.
CJ? Okay, und Anna flüsterte ängstlich, everybody.
Und Anna flüsterte ängstlich.
Ist nichts schon spät?
Ist's nicht schon spät?
Da fiel ihnen beiden ein, da fiel ihnen beiden ein, trauriges ein.
Da fiel ihnen beiden ein trauriges ein.
Good. Okay. So this means they clung tightly to each other, and Anna. And then from here, where's the verb in the first line there?
Flüsterte.
Yeah. So that means to whisper, and that the past tense, weak verb. And here you have an adverb, ängstlich. You know the word Angst probably. So fretfully or fearfully, as an adverb. And then going on. This is a contraction for ist es, so is it not already late? And then where's the verb here in the next sentence, CJ?
Fiel ein.
Good. So fiel.
In the second ein.
The second ein, exactly. Yeah, it's a little bit misleading there, or hard to figure that out. But the several prefix always floats out to the end of a clause or a phrase, and this means einfallen, which means to occur. Or something that occurs. And this da, is this an adverb or is it a subordinating conjunction? And why?
Adverb.
Adverb. Why is
that? Because of the verb comes right after it.
Good. Okay. And trauriges means sad. So if you have an adjective made into a noun, it takes on the neuter gender as a noun, and ein trauriges means something that is sad. Okay. And then this is a dative, which is to them. So it occurred to them both. Okay, so just going on here, let's see. They clung tightly to each other. And Anna, go on.
Whispered fearfully.
Go ahead.
Is it not already late? And then at that point, something fearful, you said?
Or something sad or mournful.
Something sad, mournful. Okay. Something sad or mournful befell them both.
Yeah, befell them both, or occurred.
Occurred to them both.
Yeah, both. Yeah, befallen. It's an interesting word there. Yeah, or occurred to them both, or as CJ said, befell. Okay, and then this is notice that this is the dative case. So at that point, something sad occurred to them both. And then this is picking up the dative here. To her, then they're going to describe what occurred to her, which was sad, and then to him, they're going to point out or describe, or Rilke is going to say what appeared to him as something sad. Okay, so let's go on with this. Ihr, der Platz am Fenster, everybody.
Ihr, der Platz am Fenster.
An dem sie Tag aus, Tag ein nähte. Everybody?
An dem sie Tag aus, Tag ein nähte.
Man sah ein hässliche schwarze Feuermauer von dort und niemals Sonne.
Man sah eine hässliche schwarze Feuermauer und dort und niemals Sonne.
And this is pronounced hässliche. This might be a little bit softer A, not quite as hard because it's followed by two consonants. Okay. So here, to her, and then where's the place on a window or a seat next to the window, and then where's the verb up to the semicolon?
Neta.
Neta, which means to sew or to stitch, and it's a past tense on which she. Now notice this Tag aus Tag ein. It's just the reverse of the way the English expression goes. We say day in and day out, but this is day out and day in. But we say day in and day out. Okay. Let's see. Why don't you go up to this point right here, please? Neta. To her, starting with to
Okay.
her.
To her, the place on the window on which she day out, day in sewed.
Hmm. And then, sorry, just 1 second. So here, one saw, and remember when you say man, when you see man, it's always automatically the subject. So one saw a hateful, dark, or black firewall, and from there, and never the sun. So let's see. Let's see. Just do from here to her, and then do this whole thing down to Sona.
To her, the place on the window at which she day out, day in sewed. One saw a hateful black firewall from which, and from there, and never sun.
Good. Okay. Then going on. Ihm sein Tisch voll mit Lateinheften auf dem Platon-Symposium aufgeschlagen lag. Everybody?
Ihm sein Tisch voll mit Lateinheften auf dem Platon-Symposium aufgeschlagen lag.
Okay. You don't have a really main verb here. You just have like a to him, what was said to him, his table.
Log, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, of to him, his table on which lay from liegen. Okay. You want to translate that?
Sure. So the fearful thing to him or for him, his table full with Latin folders or notebooks on which Plato's Symposium lay opened.
Exactly, yeah. Aufschlagen means to open. So this is how did it lay, or how was it lying there? It was lying open. This is a past participle serving as a predicate adjective. Okay, then going on. Die beiden Menschen schauten vor sich hin. Everybody?
Die beiden Menschen schauten vor sich hin.
Und ihre Blicke gingen derselben Fliege nach.
Und ihre Blicke gingen derselben Fliege nach,
welche durch die Rillen und Runen der Bettbank pilgerte.
Welche durch die Rillen und Runen der Bettbank pilgerte.
Yeah, okay. So up to this point, where's the verb complex, CJ? And let me erase the earlier markings here, just so it's easier to read. We're going from right, sorry. From right here, die beiden Menschen. Okay, where's the verb complex after the comma?
It would say gingen nach.
Well, from here, die beiden Menschen schauten.
Oh, yeah, schauten.
Yeah, so schauten, what goes together with schauten?
Hin.
Hin, good. So
and seek, if you want to.
Yeah, well, this actually goes with for, so it's not part of the verb complex. But so schauen just means to look. Hinschauen means to look towards something. So hin is towards something, when her is place from which. All these directional adverbs are included here. But this is actually a separate prefix, so it's hinschauen, to look at something. So this means literally the two people, the two humans, you could say, or the two people were looking straight ahead for sich hin. And see, and then where's the next verb after this comma, please?
Gingen nach.
Good. So gingen, remember we studied some of the difference that adding a prefix would make. So gehen, which means just to go, or gingen, they went. But if you have nach gingen, which means to follow. Nach, to go after something. Okay. And where's the direct object?
Der selben Flieger.
Yeah, no, with normally with verbs of motion, you don't have a direct object, and this is actually the dative case, which is anticipated with this nach. So nach takes the dative. So oftentimes you can anticipate the right case if you know what case these prepositions take. So this happens to be the same flee. Okay, welche? What's welche refer back to?
I would say the Flieger.
Exactly, yeah. The flee, which, and then where's the verb?
Pilgerte.
Pilgerte. Now they translate down here just wandered, right? Pilgerte. But pilgern is to make a pilgrimage. So you don't want to lose that sense just in the translating it as wandered. Which, so the flee, which wandered on a pilgrimage, perhaps, who knows, through the as it translates here, through the grooves and the ruins of the prayer bench. And beten means to pray. So that's how that word is constructed. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to go all the way down here. I think that's pretty much for this sentence. But why don't you just translate again, die beiden Menschen, and down to Pilgerte, just for everybody
Okay.
so we can follow along.
So both of the people, I would say, looked out from themselves.
Well,
right?
Stared straight ahead, you could say.
Stood straight ahead, and their glances, I'd say, followed the same flights.
No, followed the same flee.
Okay.
Fliege.
Okay. Which made a pilgrimage through the grooves and ruins of the prayer bench.
Wow, that's quite a sentence. Okay, going on. Sie sahen sich in die Augen. Everybody?
Sie sahen sich in die Augen.
Anna seufzte.
Anna seufzte.
Fritz legte leise und hüten den Arm sie und sagte:
Fritz legte leise und hütend den Arm sie und sagte:
Wer doch sofort könnte.
Wer doch sofort könnte.
Okay, so starting with this one, obviously the verb in the first sentence is, let me just erase, in that first line is what?
Sahen.
Good. So they saw themselves into the eyes, really which means they looked each other in the eye, or into their eyes. And Anna, this is to sigh, and Anna sighed. And in this one, where's the verb come? Where's the verb? In the first
Legte.
Legte, and then after the und, it's obviously sagte. So what's the, obviously Fritz is the subject. Where's the direct object of legte?
Den Arm.
Good, den Arm. So Fritz laid, and sometimes the possessive pronouns are missing in German, which you could supply in English. So Fritz laid his arm, and then means around her, and said, etc. And these are both adverbs, so lightly and protectively. And then this one, wer doch sofort könnte, so who yet thus forth could. With this modal auxiliaries, sometimes there are verbs that are implied, which could go, and here you can supply go. Who, or if anyone could go, or if we could just go away, as this is translated here. Okay, let's see. Well, you want to do the whole thing together? the whole thing? And I'll just give you the first line there, and you can pick up right at the top there. So if everybody, having gone through piecemeal and identified grammatically with painfully painful detail, now this whole thing will sort of open up as CJ will translate. But so the first part begins, Sie schmiegten sich fest aneinander, they clung tightly to each other, and, go ahead.
Anna whispered fearfully, Is it not already late? At that point, a sad...
Something sad
befell them both. To her, the place on the window at which she day out day in sewed, one saw a hateful black firewall from there and never sung. To him, his table, full with Latin notebooks, on
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 which?
which Plato's symposium lay open.
Great.
Both of the people um, looked
Stared straight
stared
ahead.
straight
Straight ahead.
ahead,
Hmm.
and their glances, I could say, followed the same flea,
Hmm.
which through the grooves and runes of the prayer bench made a pilgrimage.
Yeah. That's
They looked each other in the eyes, and
mhm.
aside, Fritz put his arm lightly and protectively around her and said, um, "If we could just get out of here or go forth." Or,
Yeah, great. All right. Yeah. I mean, some of these lines are just really treasures. Great. Okay. Thanks so much, TJ. And come back, join us for the last segment. Which will be tomorrow, concluding this great example of poetic prose. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye bye.